Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, going to be a match between Light and nOOB here on Overwatch. Top left, going to be a purple Terran. It's going to be Light. And in the bottom right, nOOB. Alright, man, so PvT here on this Twilight map. Twilight-themed map. It's going to be a PvT, as you know. A lot of tanks, a lot of dragoons, a lot of spider mines, and maybe some storm. Boom, boom, boom. Anyway, no proxies coming up from either of these players. Hit that like button if you're excited to see what's going on in this PvT from RJB. He sent me a huge pack of replays a long time ago. I'm still trying to get through them. And every single RJB replay is good in its own way. So check him out at RJB StarCraft. Just put that in your search bar. You'll find him. And say hello, and Falcon sent ya. Pro placement to streamline the Vespian gathering process. And yeah, so I saw Top Gun Maverick, maybe, let's see, 8 hours ago or so. It was super duper fun. A quintessential summer movie blockbuster with emotional moments and good acting and a good cast, and I recommend it. Recommended by Falcon, Top Gun Maverick. It's got like 97% on Rotten Tomatoes, so I don't know. Go see it. Have fun. And I kind of feel like it's the biggest propaganda piece for the U.S. military ever. You watch it, you will see why. All right, man. So Gateway first, not Nexus first. Barracks first as well. Even on this giant map. If you're not good as Worker Scout, you better do a safe build. Or suffer the consequences of a proxy or like a cannon rush, right? Oof, little super duper narrow opening here in the middle of the map. Oh, yes, Overwatch. Two-player map. Got expansions at the corners. And the 12 and 6 o'clock. And minerals-only expansions in the middle here with, you know, places to put your tanks, places to put your dragoons. But people do take them every once in a while. So, SCV says, Dragoon? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeedy, Rooney. Is the Cyber Corps researching, says the SCV? Yes, it is. Okay, so Dragoons with range will be showing up, which means my factory needs to show up before it can expand. And, making a Marine to chase away the probe. Neat. Throwing up the bunker because we're going to deal with ranged dragoons. Super duper annoying stuff to deal with. Citadel. Quick Citadel on one base today from nOOB as well. This could be DT shenanigans. This could be DT shenanigans. Could not, you know, could just be not a standard PvT with just dragoons and tanks and vultures and zealots that everybody is familiar with arbors and stuff too. I mean, we'll probably get that as well in this game, but this looks like a DT opening. If I had to guess what the play is here, the one base, he's not really pumping a ton of dragoons here. He's got one out. He has a single dragoon. Oh, two dragoons out. And he's not making any more. All right. Expansion time now? With your Templar Archives on the way. Maybe. Okay, we're not expanding. Cool. SCV coming in for the scout to see what's what. He's going to recognize there's a complete lack of second base here. Dragoon can't really do much to stop this. Dragoon wants to... I mean... Alright, fair enough. Totally scares away Light's SCV here, so he doesn't scout the timing on that Nexus at all. That's good. That's actually really good. Okay, so time for DT? Time for Dark Templar? And it is. Yes, DT coming in at 445 Dragoons. So this is where Light says, okay, the Dragoon count is not crazy. If this was going to be some kind of crazy Dragoon pressure here, there'd be more than 2 of these. Right? There'd be a 3rd, a 4th, a 5th showing up right now, but there's just the 2. which means some other shenanigans are happening. Is keeping in the Dragoon back home to defend against SCV Scout. Spider Mines are already done. Tanks in production. Going for a starport. Maybe he's sniffing out the DT play here, and maybe he wants to have a science vessel or two for that detection purposes, because he's not. His ComSat's going to come in now. Actually has some idle SCVs down there. Oh! Did he just throw down a DT and it caught that, or throw down a Spider-Man and it caught that DT? Dude, Light, you absolute beast, you beast of a player. He did. He came in here, threw down a Spider-Mine. The DT was around the area. Spider-Mine detected, killed. That's humongous, but there's other Spider-Mines out anyway. I mean, was that going to happen? Was DT's going to, I mean, was going to get any damage done here with Spider-Mines at the front? Probably not. Probably not. ComSat station's up here too. Ugh, this hurts. This really hurts for Noob right now. Dragoon's pushing up to see what is what. Is there a third base? Or not a third base. Any proxy up here? No. Neat. We are making a dropship. Oh, a dropship play. I like it. Maybe dropping some vultures into the base. Sniping some of these probes. That'd be pretty neat stuff. Don't usually see dropships in this matchup. That's going to be interesting for Noob to deal with. All right, man. It's got to be, right? Yeah, it's going to be 4 vultures. 4 vultures for sure. If they can fit in that dropship. I mean, it doesn't look like there's enough room for them, but, you know, that's how StarCraft be sometimes. Stargate coming in. Observer on the way here, too. He's really, wow, preparing for drops at this point. I mean, there's no reason to put Dragoons here unless you're worried about getting dropped. So what did he sniff out here? I don't think he scouted this. He didn't get in. He hasn't been in the main base for a while. He hasn't sent any observers in there either. What the heck? How does he know this is happening? Maybe he's just like Light likes drops on this map. Maybe this is just map-dependent, player-dependent shenanigans here. So Spider-Mine's not getting laid. Oh, that was great. Just completely stops the progress on that dude. Snipes him super hard. Noob is shutting this down hard. Super mega ultra hard here. Arbiter Tribunal on the way here for the Protoss. Like I said, we're going to see Arbiters in this game. Nothing too crazy about that. Observer says, what's going on with this dropship? Well, nothing, honestly. There's Spider-Mines rolling around. Sure, whatever. But again, as the Protoss, you really want to be out-expanding the Terran, and that's just not happening now. He doesn't have a third base at all at 8 minutes. Spider-Mines are kind of in positions where he'd love to expand, but can't down here. There's no Spider-Mines up here, but I don't know. Every base has 2 ramps leading into it. Every expansion does. So very fighting spirit that way, right? Multiple avenues of attack. Probes snipe, but not before a pylon goes down, before a nexus happens. That's pretty good stuff. Tanks out here too. I'm trying to remember. I did manage to, I think I cast a PVT on this map recently, didn't I? I don't think it was these players, but it was really good. It was some really good PVT. I remember being very happy about it. It was some impressive play, I want to say. So, Noob double expanding, recognizing, okay, this needs to happen. I 100% need to get extra bases up here on the Terran. And here comes an observer. I'm an idiot. I thought, wow, sorry, it's like 1 a.m. I'm trying to cast this thing because I was out watching Maverick and during my casting time. So, yeah, that wasn't the Protoss trying to expand up there. That was the Protoss trying to block the Terran from expanding up here. It didn't really work. So, derp. Serpa derp. Falcon has 3 brain cells. I think we're all very, very aware of that. Alrighty then. So, double expanding to try to deal with the fact that there's a third base already just about done here from Light, which, sure, you're doing what you're doing, but these are, I mean, are they naked expands? Not really. I mean, Noob's doing some pretty interesting stuff with just few Dragoon numbers here. He's like, if some Vultures show up to try to kill this or harass this, I'll have enough Dragoons to deal with them. If Vultures, you know, come and throw Spider-Mines, I might be in trouble, but at least I can do something about it. And yeah, there we go. So taking down a Vulture, didn't have to use these guys for it, but the ones in the front door did. All right, so Light on the other side doing lighty things. He's got multiple factories. 3 of those things are down. His third base is happily getting saturated. His third refinery, too, very, very important for this thing. Terrans on 3 bases are just extremely improved over Terrans on 2 bases by more than, you know, it should be like a 30% difference, but it's not. It's more. 3-base Terran is terrifying, whereas 2-base Terran less so these days. Dropship trying to sneak on into possibly this third base, get some stuff done, but again, 3 Dragoons with a dropship that doesn't unload very quickly might be struggling a bit. Hiding down here anyway. Let's see if it moves out or not. Vultures! Trying to find some of them probes. I like it. I like this. A little bit of some probe harass. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's good. This is really good. Terran music is the best. It is the best. So good. So good, Terran music. All right, man. So it's 68 to 61 workers in favor of Light. That's not great for the Protoss player at all. Let's see, 4th base. Maybe down this way for the Terran. Maybe expanding in the top right here would be pretty nice, too. Light's been fairly passive. I mean, sure. There's definitely been some dropping shenanigans happening. And speaking of dropping shenanigans, did that dropship die? I totally 100% did. All right. Do you have any kills? This one has a kill. Maybe that's what killed the dropship. I don't know. Don't try till you know. 131 to 112 total supply here in favor of nOOB. EMP getting researched. Finally getting Zealot legs, which feels like it's a little bit late. A little bit of Dragoon pressure up here at the front. I don't have the attack upgrades yet. Tanks come to shove those away. They have +1 attack, so the upgrade advantage is to Light right now, which is never good if you're a Protoss player. If your Terran opponent has better upgrades than you do. I mean, +1 grind weapons is on the way and just nearly about done. Hey, it's a fleet beacon, though. Okay. And extra Stargates getting tossed up here, so this could be just straight-up carrier attempt from nOOB here at 12 minutes. So, again, as a Terran, you have to be constantly aware of the threat of a carrier transition. It could be the Protoss starts out with carriers. Fine. It could be the Protoss does carriers at 6 minutes. It could be he starts making carriers at 10, at 15, at 20, at 30, at 40, at 45. You just don't know when Protoss is going to do this, or if they're ever going to do it, but he sniffs it out, right? He's getting Charon boosters. Actually, hold on. He's continuing to get tanks and vultures here. He's getting Charon boost, but that might just be him preparing for arbiters. He might not know this is happening at all. Like 3 carriers at a time are being produced at the moment. But he's got some time because carriers take all the time in the world to produce. And so anytime he scans this, sees what's up, anytime he recognizes this ground army for nOOB is not all that big, where are those resources getting dumped that he's on 4 bases? And the answer is carriers. Ta-da! Air weapons coming in, air armor on the way, recall coming in here too. So maybe a bit of a hybrid play out of nOOB, which we've seen from time to time in recent games. This is like a 2019 or 2020 match, where the Protoss ends up going for Dragoons and Zealots and High Templar and Arbiters and stuff. But then also there's a complement of 6 to 10, to 12 carriers as well. So it's nice. Increased carrier capacity on the way. Dragoons, sure. I mean, as long as we're here. Take down a scouting barracks, so the barracks has to be replaced if you're going to make any more factories. Vultures at the top right here, trying to shut this base down. This is a pretty traditional Terran move on this map. I mean, anywhere, right? Anywhere at all. A lot of spider mines in the main. That is preparing for some kind of a potential drop here. Recall, more likely here from the Protoss player. All right, man. So we got 3 carriers. We're making 3 more of them. Upgrades are looking good. Production tab says more tanks. I think Light's going to be caught by surprise here. It's a rarity for this Terran player, Light, to do this. He's probably the best player in the world right now. Quite possibly. But again, this is a couple years old on the replay, so maybe he's not quite to the level that he is now when this game was played. But, a lot of the games that I cast are older than this one even. So, I don't know. I'm not a super current with the replays that I'm casting for sure. Anyway, 195 to 197 supply. Both players working on a fairly decent bank here. This tank count is really enough to be problematic. Stasises, there we go. So Stasises and the Arbiters are going to buy some time. A little bit of time here for the Protoss or that carrier group to show up. And I mean, there two Goliaths in this army right now. He's now pumping 5 Goliaths at a time. So he must have scanned. He must have scanned these carriers. He's constantly scanning, so he might as well. So he's going to be like, all right, the plan here is I'm going to kill some Protoss base. 1, maybe 2, possibly 3 if I can. And then it's going to be Goliaths chasing carriers around for all of time, which is super mega ultra annoying stuff. EMP on the Arbiter, hot move there from Light. And yeah, it was Light going to get caught completely pants down by carriers? Maybe, but not in this game. And here come the carriers. So the tanks are like, well, we got to kill what we can. Actually, they don't have high ground vision here, which seems like a bit of a problem. Tanks rolling down bottom left. If this base dies... so all of these tanks are dead. They're not even trying to run at this point. I mean, are they all dead? I don't know. Those Goliaths we saw earlier are happening. Recall at the 12 o'clock. Major problems all of a sudden for Light. Losing a base is never a good thing playing against a Protoss player. I mean, being on 3 bases is hard enough. His 4th base is getting cannon rushed. All of a sudden, Light's economy is kind of in the crapper. I guess he has this base, which is fine. But yeah, sniping down individual tanks here, and then he could deal with the Goliaths. Oh, that's great high positioning, but the scan reveals the high position problem. Top right base of nOOB is getting shut down as well, so good. Oh, he does take down the Nexus. So enough tanks survive to kill that. This is nuts. This is officially a pretty nuts game, but I think the bottom left is going to survive for nOOB. The top right base of his is dead. The 3rd base is very dead for nOOB. So he's got to move out, catch the tanks on siege. There's only a few of them here. Kill them all. Kill them all. Zealot's going to chase those dudes. Ooh, free science vessel's never a good thing for a Terran to experience either. So, okay, so coming up to this minerals-only expansion. We're not coming from the high ground. We're coming from the low ground. Tanks forced to retreat from these Zealots. Never a good deal. And then, yeah, just focus fire on this command center. And, I mean, there is no saving it at all. And then just get out of there. Very nice. Very nice play there from nOOB, but very clean. This left side base does die to these cannons. The cannon rush at 17 minutes. Whoever expects the cannon rush at 17 minutes? Not me. Not me for sure. Is that the barracks floating all the way down here? nOOB retaking the 3rd. His 4th base is still alive. That top right base, he's actually bringing... Oh, I thought he was bringing... No, these are not probes. Wow, that was a long SCV transfer. So this Nexus is going to get killed by SCVs and a Vulture, which is kind of nuts. I love this attempt to expand over here from nOOB. No, you're not. There's a siege tank shutting that down. Crazy engagement in the middle. As the carriers are trying their very best to use that high ground to their advantage. Yeah, so this is where the carriers are hiding. All right, man. Haven't seen carriers in a PvT in a while. It always is nice to mix it up. But now that I've got the real-time lighting up here, too. The HD lighting. It looks fantastic. Dude, did you try to re-expand here? Or no, he just moved into siege mode and decides not to kill the Nexus and focuses on killing cannons instead. Okie doke. It's 152 to 173 here. nOOB has an advantage, but he needs it against the Terran player. Oh, man. What are the upgrades? 3-2 upgrades on the mech. Pretty traditional stuff at 18 minutes. The carriers are at +2 attack. Neat. +2 attack here on the ground army as well. And trying to use Dragoons and trying to use Zealots against the Goliath as much as possible, because if the Goliaths die, these tanks are dead. So this is definitely hybrid play from both players. Tanks and Goliaths from the Terran. We've got carriers and Dragoons and Zealots for the Protoss. But the body shots are real, and that's it, man. nOOB taps out. He's like, that is too many Goliaths. The upgrades are too strong. I don't have an economy to compete with what our guy Light is doing here. That top right base is his. This left side base of nOOB's is toast as well, and that 3rd base has been reestablished. And the 4th base died, but he's getting replanted too, and he's just not able to keep this carrier count alive. His interceptor count is not crazy healthy. He's got 4 there, 3 there, 6 there, 3 there, 8 there. One of the carriers has a full complement, but I think that might honestly be it, and it is. And yeah, I mean, like running from 6 Goliaths seems a little weird, but they are taking body shot after body shot He just recognizes he's down overall in supply. He doesn't like the situation that he's in. So yeah, that was a sick... We're going to go back and watch that early play. I want to watch that early snipe of that DT. All right, so this is happening. DT's in production. Gonna get our music back. Blah, blah, blah. Dragoons are attacking the front. Nothing too crazy about that whatsoever. And then these vultures here do some work. So DT's like, la, 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 la. Having a great day. And then, okay, so that takes a hit. Tries to kill that spider mine. No, the Dragoon didn't kill it. Oh, that's so brutal. That is such... Oh, that is so brutal. All right, well, we're going to watch this on million times speed here because if I get to the end, the stats aren't right if I hit it now. So hit that like button if you enjoyed that PvT. A bit of an abrupt ending, I would definitely say. But, you know, sometimes that happens. Sometimes you just feel yourself outclassed in a particular match by your Terran opponent. Just so we can catch this recall up here too. And I mean, by catch this recall, it's in super duper speedy mode, but here it is in slow mode. Recall! Bloop! Oh no, there's a billion Protoss here. We don't have enough for an EMP either. Oh no. Command center, why? Why must you die? Watching an entire game in times like 16 speed would be a trip. Maybe I'll do it sometime. Casting something this fast seems real difficult. Like super mega ultra lightning hard. Yeah, command center snipe. He's replacing his third. I don't know. I'm going to look closely too at the total supply here from nOOB. See what he's freaking out about exactly. Oh, this is fun. So yeah, then the carriers move down. And this is about, well... Yeah, Zealot's getting some work done here. High Templar coming in. Gonna get a storm off. Maybe. Yep, gets a single storm off. Body shot, body shot, body shot, body shot. And that's it. He was close. I want to say it was like 120 supply. So he was down a supply to the Terran, which is not ideal. I don't know. It feels like a little bit of a premature GG, but, you know, these players are better at reading the game than I am, so whatever. 19 minutes on the game, 126,000 points there from nOOB, 122 from Light. So one of those rare times a player has a lower score but ends up winning the match anyway. Strangely enough. Killed is exactly 139 to 139, which is crazy. Light outmade the Protoss, and that's maybe our difference right there. That's funny. Both team, okay, 13 buildings raised and versus 15 buildings raised. And then total spent here, nOOB outspends the Terran by about 4,000, which isn't quite enough in a 20-minute game. So really good carrier control there. Not too bad. Goliath control probably better from our Terran player Light. And that's going to be it for me today. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.